Hello, I'm Lee Johnson. Welcome to my channel. I know, right? So this is going to be kind of like 3 videos in one. I know it sounds weird. So this might be quite a long video, so you might want to grab a drink. That's an energy drink, I'm sorry about that. But you might want to grab a drink or a snack or something, because it might be quite a long video. So, the first part of this video, sorry, it's just a random piece of paper. So the first part of this video is going to be a little mini book haul. I'm calling it a mini book haul because I got 3 quick reads, and these are published. Okay, they're published by different publishing companies, but yeah, they're just really quick books. I think I've hauled a book called Queenie by Alice Munro, and that's like a 50-page book, but it's supposed to be the best book in the world. Well, not in the world, but anyway. But these are similar. The only annoying thing about them is that they have these stickers on them. See, Galaxy proudly sponsors Quickreads, and Quickreads only £1. Same with that one. And this one was £1.99. Yeah, there's the only annoying things. But anyway, so I got The Cleverness of Ladies by Alexander McCall Smith. This has a really nice cover, actually. And it says, there are times when ladies must use all their wisdom and good sense to face life's problems and mysteries. Mumma Ramotsui, I don't know, owner of the #1 ladies detective agency, keeps her wits about her as she looks into why the country's star goalkeeper isn't saving goals. Georgina turns her rudeness into a virtue when she opens a successful hotel. Italian shopkeeper Fabrizia shows her bravery when her husband betrays her, and in Suffolk during the Second World War, gentle La proves that music really can make a difference. With his trademark gift for storytelling, international best-selling author Alexander McCall Smith brings us 5 tales of love, heartbreak, hope, and the cleverness of ladies. So yeah, as it suggests, these are 5 really short stories about women and how women are strong. And yeah, I knew this author wrote the #1. What's it called? The #1 Ladies Detective Agency. I know he wrote that, and I really wanted to get there and read it because apparently it's really good. But yeah, there's a collection of 5 stories about 5 women and how clever and strong they are. And it is only 101 pages. That is crazy, but it's really nice actually. I really like the cover. Anyway, next one I got is A Dreadful Murder, The Mysterious Death of Caroline Luard by Minette Walters. It says, a body is found in the woods. Based on the true story of the shocking murder of Mrs. Caroline Luard, which took place in Kent in August 1908. Caroline Luard is shot dead in broad daylight in the grounds of a large country estate. With few clues available, her husband soon becomes the suspect, but is he guilty? Bringing to life the people involved in this terrible crime, in A Dreadful Murder, best-selling author Minette Walters uses modern detective skills to attempt to solve a 100-year-old crime. And this is actually written by a woman who used to be a murder detective, so that's cool. And this is only 125 pages, but it looks really good. And she's written a lot of books. I'll name you the books she's written, because there are a lot. We have The Ice House, The Sculptress, The Scold's Bridal, The Dark Room, The Echo, The Breaker, The Ship of Snakes, Acid Row, Fox Evil, Disordered Minds, The Tinder Box, The Devil's Feather, Chicken Feed, which is a quick read, and The Chameleon Shadow. and A Dreadful Murder, which is also a quick read. So that's cool. And the last one I've got is Wrong Time, Wrong Place by Simon Kernick. And it says, have you ever been in the wrong place at the wrong time? You are hiking in the Scottish Highlands with 3 friends when you come across a girl. She is half naked, has been badly beaten, and she can't speak English. She is clearly running away from someone. Do you try to help her? Even if it means putting your friends' lives and your own in terrible danger. So that sounds interesting. It's like a little murder mystery thing. And it's only 92 pages. So there you go. And these quick reads, it says, it has a list of all the quick read books. Okay, not in this one it doesn't. Does it? No, not in this one. But it has a list of all the quick read books in most of the quick read books. And there are a lot. So there's all those on that page. And all those on that page. So there are a lot of quick read books. Anyway, yeah, and all these, okay, have really nice covers, but they all have the horrible I don't know where that sticker is. They all have the horrible galaxy sticker on them, and it's really annoying. But anyway, I'm excited to read these, and they're all, I don't know, they seem really good, and they're not very long, and I'm excited to read them. Okay, that was part 1. Part 2 is going to be a review, because I recently finished, a couple of days ago, actually. Sorry I haven't filmed this yet. I just had a few ideas for a few videos, so I thought I'd make one collaborative video. But yeah, it's going to be a review of The Gospel of Loki by Joanne M. Harris. And let's just talk about this cover. Oh, Lord. It's a gorgeous cover. Anyway, this is a book about Norse mythology. And like I mentioned when I hauled this book, I did a literature course and I studied Norse mythology for, I think it was like 2 or 3 months of the course, and just fell in love with the whole Norse mythology and Odin and Loki and Yggdrasil, which is this tree. That's Yggdrasil, the tree. Anyway, and so when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. And it's basically the whole of the Norse myth, if you know what I mean. I'm told through the eyes of Loki, who is dubbed the trickster god, and who is not very liked by many people. And basically, this book takes us through different situations that Loki finds himself in. I mean, in one part of the book, there's a thing where Loki's not very... He's taken under Odin's wing, and he goes to live in Asgard, which is up here on the cover. But the gods don't like him, and they don't trust him. So this god called Heimdall challenges him, and Heimdall lost his eye in an accident, so he has one eye, but the eye is like super focused, so like, I don't know, it's been like fine-tuned. So yeah, Heimdall is really good at archery, and he challenges Loki to an archery match, basically. And they put the target 100 metres away, and Heimdall shoots the arrow and it goes straight through the bullseye. And then Loki's like, hang on a minute, bring the target closer. And Heimdall's like, what? You're going to win by bringing the target closer? That's just stupid. And what Loki does is he fires the arrow, and it goes, and then it kind of doubles back on itself and comes back at the target and hits the target through the bullseye backwards. So those are the kind of tricks he plays. And there's also things in here about when Loki he was attacked by a bird. I've forgotten the bird's name. He was attacked by a bird, which is actually one of the ice folk in disguise. Because in Norse mythology, not just gods, but most of the inhabitants of the two worlds, which are world above and world below, and the middle world, but the world above and world below, they have these things called runes, which are like stones with ancient markings on them, and runes are magic, and people can turn into different things, and these different things they can turn into are called aspects. So, for instance, Loki can go from human aspect to wildfire aspect, which is one of his favourites, which means he just turns into wildfire, and he can just like trail and blaze away, leaving like smoke behind him and stuff. And he can also go into like aspects of flies and birds and bears and fish, and he could change into energy drink aspect if he wanted to. Yeah. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I know a lot of people aren't really fans of Norse mythology. But I think the recent Thor films have kind of shone more of a light on Norse mythology, and especially Loki and Odin and Asgard and Yggdrasil and all that stuff. But there's a lot that goes on in this book, and it basically chronicles everything from Loki and Odin trying to protect the world above and the world below, all the way through to the end of Norse mythology, which is like the apocalypse, which is the end of the world, which is called Ragnarok, which is where Thor, who is very angry with Loki for tricking him, destroys everything that Loki has tried to keep safe, basically. And that's what this book is about. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about it because there's a lot of things that go on, and I know a lot of people aren't really into Norse mythology. But I reckon if you're into Norse mythology, or you like the Thor films, or you think Loki as a character is a cool person, or whatever, or you're just interested in trying something new, I would recommend this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because it's not the most action-packed, and it took me a couple of weeks to get through. But even for me, that's good. I mean, I got through it in a couple of weeks because I loved it. Because I love Norse mythology. That's the only reason I got through it so quickly. And it's a hardback. I mean, it's not very many pages. I will tell you how many pages. Okay. Nearly there. 296 pages. And then there's a poem in the back which is about 4 pages. It's 37 stanzas, which are 37 paragraphs of a poem. But anyway, yes, 296 pages. Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. If you like Norse mythology, if you want to try something new, or if you just like the sound of this book, I will recommend that you pick it up. Yes. Okay, part 3 of this video is the next book I'm going to be reading, and that is Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. This is book 1 in the... What is this? I think this is just the Fire and Flood series. Yeah, book 1 in the Fire and Flood series. Funny story, I was watching Benjamin of Tomes's recent haul that he did, where he hauled a lot of books. I think the title of that haul is hilarious. It's like Huge Saurus book haul, which I think is really clever, because it can be quite hard to... If you do a lot of book hauls, it can be quite hard to think of things to call book hauls, and I've had that problem. You know, most of the time, some people do book haul 1, book haul 2, book haul 3, book haul 4. Some people do March, April, May, June, July book hauls. I mean, if it's a small book haul and I had 2 or 3 books to show people, you know, I called a book haul a 2 book haul once. I called another one a long, but do you know what I mean? It can be hard to think of book haul names, but Huge Saurus book haul is such a cool name and very clever. Anyway, but I watched his video and he hauled this, and he said he's already read it, and he said it was fantastic and amazing, and he loved it, and it was like nothing he's ever read before, and it was very unique. And he said that most people are comparing this to Hunger Games, but it is unique in the fact that it is almost nothing like the Hunger Games, and he said it's just so interesting and so amazing, and by his recommendation alone, this is the book I chose to read next. And he said the sequel, Salt and Stone, I think it is coming out soon, I think he said, before the end of the year. So, in a couple of months, so that's really cool. So they're coming out quite quick. But yeah, there's basically about a girl called Tella, and her brother's dying, he has cancer, and she gets an opportunity to take part in the Brimstone Bleed, which is a competition where the prize is the cure to any illness. So to save her brother dying, obviously she enters the Brimstone Bleed, but apparently it's a very, very, very brutal thing. Yeah, it says on the back, a deadly competition that will lead her through treacherous jungle and scorching desert. She doesn't think twice, because the prize is a cure to any illness, but Teller will be facing more than just the elements. So yeah, I'm excited to read this, and the cover is amazing. And if the cover for Salt and Stone looks as good, then I am going to be happy. And also in here, which I love, it has the feather there. I've showed this before when I hauled it, but I thought I'd show you again because it's epic. And it's split into parts. It doesn't say what part, but like that one's called the proposal, if you can see that. And another thing I love is the chapter pages. They all have the burning feather on them. And yeah, it's just really consistent design, and it looks awesome. And it's got an amazing synopsis, and it is 366 pages, so it's quite beastly, but I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm going to stop talking about this book because it is beautiful, and I want to get on and read it, so I'll probably start reading it after I've uploaded this video, so probably in about half an hour to an hour. But yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you, Benjamin of Tomes, for helping me make my decision. I follow you. I don't know how I would tell you that you... Listen, I'm going to comment on Benjamin of Tomes' page, because I have him to thank for me deciding to read this book. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. So, thank you for joining me for this humongous 3-part video. I'm going to go because I really want to get on and read this and upload this video so I can read this. Yeah, I'm going to leave my Amazon wishlist in the description box as per usual. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, and have a beautiful day, and happy reading, and just take in the cover. Don't you know that's good? Oh, that's very good.